Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. So, I'm just continuing right after where I left off last time. We were up here on Hill Figure Knoll, which you can kind of see there's a, I don't know, it's super dark. I don't actually know how this is going to turn out on the YouTubes, but there's a figure kind of carved into the side of the hill there, and actually that reminds me, I'm going to go ahead and equip a lantern, because I should probably do that so I can see what the heck is going on. Use, and then let's give some oil to Lucy, so that hopefully she can light her own lantern, which is out of fuel, but I'm going to go ahead and just add oil to it right now. So then she should go ahead, yeah, she'll equip the lantern as well. So we got two of us who can see what the heck is going on now. So here we go! Story stuff, yay! Good little cutscene action going on here.
Him who knows that I know what he seeks to know, knows it well, while he who knows not what I know, or know not.
Fun little bit of philosophy from the creepy guys up on top of the ruins.
You see me, yes? Then congratulations are due. You have found the man you seek.
Cool. So we did accomplish something.
Or was, perhaps like you, a child of man, bound to the dragon. Well met, young Arisen. I am he who was forged by the dragon.
Yep, so this character is the Dragon Forged. Ah, there we go. Cutscene, zooming out, there you can see the person holding the spear and shield carved into the side of the hill there. So this is the Dragon Forged. He's going to be very important to the plot throughout the game. For now, though,
Arisen of the present day,
our conversation with him is
link in the grand chain.
pretty simple. So that's ominous and noteworthy, I think, how he greets us. Well met, Arisen of the present day, new forged link in the grand chain.
You have come seeking meaning for that slate and the words it bears. There is none.
And also he claimed that he was previously like us, so that he might have been like an Arisen or something at some point. He does look to have a scar on his chest, like his heart might have been removed, similar to what happened to us earlier in the game.
Save that it brought you here to me.
So the only purpose of that slate
My
is just
form can be discerned only
to
by the
bring
true
potential
voice.
Arisen here, I guess.
I am the dragon forged.
Yeah, and only Arisen can see him.
Tell him that gave you the cipher of what you have heard here.
So now that's it. That's all we get. We need to go back and tell Sir Maximilian. Oh, we got a fairy stone there. That's exciting. We need to go back and tell Sir Maximilian what just happened. Like, hey, we found this creepy old man in a cave and he's invisible, but we could see him. That's literally the extent of this quest. It's not going to stop me from looting his area, though. Oh yes, and we didn't actually talk to the philosophizing friend, the philosopher who was up on the rock talking to us earlier. I wonder if he has anything useful to say?
In the fullness of time, I shall come to know when the time has come. Know that all I know is that I shall know all who know me. I am not but my shadow, though my shadow be not shadow, but myself. I am come here at the end of my journeys, rich in scars and rich of mind. I am dragon forged, knower of the beast, and known to it in kind.
So, interesting in that the fool there, who we just talked to, also claims to be dragon forged. Those are an interesting pair of folks. We will be learning more about them and interacting with them much more later in the game, trust me. Holy cow, and a whole bunch of fairy stones. A fair bit of this is new. Like, one of the big complaints, one of the main criticisms... Oh, and I'm completely over-encumbered. Dang it. One of the big criticisms of the original game was how kind of obtuse and not usable the fast travel system is. Meaning that you have to spend a whole bunch of money or, you know, find a very rare amount of these particular items, these fairy stones, so that you can use them to travel around the area, and only to a very limited number of places. Like, you only have a few places available to you initially. And by a few, I mean like only one, until you pick up another port crystal. And even then, you can only place a few port crystals, and they are also super expensive and difficult to come by, and just it's not a very usable system. When I was playing the game way back when it first came out, also I'm gonna have to deal with a bunch of this inventory stuff later. When I was first playing the game back when it first came out, I very rarely used the fast travel system, at least in my first couple of games. In later games, I did make very strategic use of the fast travel system, which, you know, I think that might have been the intent. It's not useful your first time through the game, but after you've gone through it once, you know, you've kind of earned the right to speed around a little bit and bypass a lot of the scenery and a lot of the traveling and the monsters and kind of the tedium of that sort of thing. Also, look at this. There is another port crystal right here. That's what that glowing stone is. So we could actually fast travel to this location, I believe. Pretty much done looting. I think I'm going to just grab this port crystal. By I think I'm going to, I mean, I did just grab it. There are a couple of better locations for it, just also immediately nearby here. So I think I'm going to just transfer it somewhere else. Since we do have the infinite fairy stone, the eternal fairy stone, whatever that thing's called, I'll probably show it off here in a minute. We do have that. That now makes fast travel actually a viable option. And we have all these port crystals. We've picked up 2 of them so far. And that is fantastic. That is tremendously useful. So, let's see. I gotta remember, I think what we want is going to be like just over here, kind of in this area that I'm pointing to on the map. I think. We'll figure null. And of course, again, I'm going to change my plan. I am going to leave one of them here. Port crystal, use. I have 2 of them. I might as well make use of them. So there's our port crystal. There's one of them. We can now fast travel to this location. I am still going to head towards that other area if I can. And I'm going to save before I forget. There is a chimera wandering around out here. And because I am so incredibly indecisive, and that actually gave me just a moment to kind of think things out a little more, I would like to kill some more undead warriors. So I'm going to take kind of a twisty, turny, roundabout way, but I do want to head in that direction I was pointing to earlier, and you'll see why, and it'll hopefully kind of stand out from a distance once we start getting close to it.
Such figures were not uncommon.
Alright, more direwolves. I don't have the quest for killing direwolves again, but direwolf pelts are pretty handy to have, and the claws and other things that they can drop also handy. They can drop meat, like all animals in the game. We can level up a bit, so you know, it's a decent thing to do.
Watch for their lunges.
Oh man, just could not get my fireball off quick enough to hit that direwolf before he attacked me. So you'll probably notice a lot of items popping up in the bottom right-hand corner. Those are not necessarily from my party members picking up those items. Like, they're probably not wandering around picking up mushrooms in the middle of the fight, but that is an indication that they are using those items.
It is effective to knock them back.
See, it's like Magnus, I believe, is using a skull. He probably threw it at the direwolf there, which can be irritating. Your party can use items that, you know, anything that's usable, like some of the rarer herbs and plants in the game will also restore health. And, you know, like, that seems awesome. Cool, you can just pick these flowers and they will restore some health. But if you actually are trying to save those flowers, like if they're actually needed for a quest or something that you need to upgrade some of your equipment, you don't want to give them to your party members, you don't want to give them to your pawns, because they will just consume them and they'll be down a couple of items. There we go, there's an undead warrior at least. Oh man. That wolf did a number on me.
He's more bloodthirsty than a wolf.
They hate fire. They know this.
Alright, I am going to use curatives. We're going to eat some curatives, and I'm going to spread a few of these out amongst my party as well. Because I just recalled I had intended to do this earlier, but never actually got around to it. I do want them all to have some curatives, just so that they can handle themselves if things start to go sideways for them. Like if they really get hurt and need that extra health boost, I don't want to cause my pawns to die necessarily, if I can help it. At the same time, having your pawns die is not the end of the world, because if they're in an area where you can get to them, you can just restore them back to half health. Cool. So, I don't know that we've... Oh man, we still got more direwolves here?
Strength in numbers arisen.
Okay, that was an undead. I wanted to say, I don't know that we've actually fought any undead before, but I wanted to point out the sound design for the undead warriors, the zombies. The sounds they make are phenomenal. Just creepy moaning noises, and they say things, they spit out sentences kind of reminiscent of their past lives. They're very, very creepy, very well done. I really like it. Like the sound effects and just the way that they were handled. So hopefully we'll get a chance to hear some of those. Of course, we got to get my pawns to shut up, stop yakking. We need the wolves to stop growling at us and whatnot. So, kind of need a perfect mix of things to happen before we can hear those. Also, geez, these wolves are everywhere.
Fireworks, well.
There we go. We are getting some more rift fragments, which is always exciting.
Do not just attack blindly.
That tree's in the way, of course.
Watch for their
Oh my gosh. That was unexpected. There we go. And then Lucy leveled up again. That's also very exciting. Holy moly. How many of these wolves are there? Are there any enemies other than these wolves in the game? This is getting ridiculous. Okay, time to use a bunch of healing items because that hurt. I'm just going to eat all these apples that I've been picking up, because why not? I don't have a carrot I could consume also. I'm going to use that. There we go.
Tis weak to fire.
Oh no, they hold the advantage.
Come on.
I've hold of one. Now I send you back to the grave.
Fireworks, well.
I want to grab that apple.
Watch for their lunges.
I would love it if Lucy would heal me. Awesome. I was very worried that that attack was going to hit the tree, but it didn't, so that worked out.
The first strike shall be mine. Only the weak folks.
Oh man, and they're howling and calling more direwolf reinforcements. That's a bit frustrating.
Watch for their lunges.
Oh well, this is some fantastic experience for Lucy and myself. As I mentioned previously, I would really not mind maxing out my vocation, getting to the highest rank possible as a mage, and unlocking all of the skills so I could just get the augments that I'm after and not have to worry about coming back to this class ever again. Because this is not the class I intend to play through the bulk of the game. Right now I'm mostly using this class to level up, because you gain additional magic attack when you level up as a mage. And I am going to want a pretty high magic attack to increase the damage I'll be dealing with my future classes.
Think well before striking.
Oh, good grief. Alright. This thing's dead yet?
It hates fire!
Now, I am still playing as a mage, and the reason I do want to switch over away from the mage class soon is because the magical attack gain when they level up is good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good. It's, I believe, like second best in the game. But there's one that's better, and that would be the advanced form of the mage, the sorcerer. And I'm not bothering to use curing spells on myself, as you've probably noticed. I don't really bother with doing supporty type things with my own character, if I can help it, in this game at least. So I would rather leave that sort of stuff to Lucy, my pawn, so that I can be more focused on just pure offense. And if I'm going to be more focused on pure offense, there's no reason to be the weaker mage class that can heal itself instead of the more powerful mage class that can't heal itself but does extra damage. So that's kind of my thought process, my strategy. I am going to want to switch soon. But if I can keep increasing my... Okay, and my stamina recovery is going to be really low because I'm heavily encumbered, of course. If I can finish a sentence, that'd be great. No, if I can... Oh man, I'm going to give that to Lucy. It's going to be a bad idea, but I'm going to give it to Lucy anyway. There we go, 9 direwolf pelts. That's where all my weight's coming from. Oh man, a bunch of large fangs too. If I can hit the highest rank of this mage class, you know, before we get back to town, or if I'm really, really close by the time we get back to town, that would be exciting. I would be very happy with that. Alright, looks like we got some more skeletons. There we go. Fire's pretty effective against everything that we're going to be fighting at this point in the game. Fire is not the most effective element against skeletons. I would really like to have like a holy magic of some sort. That would be the most effective thing I could do against skeletons right now. Like put holy enchantments on my the weapons of my companions, like my warrior there with a holy weapon. He would be just fantastic against them. But that's okay. That worked out just fine. And it's turning today, which is both good because we'll be able to see things again, but also bad because I would like to fight more undead. We got hung up with those dire wolves and never really got to fight many undead, which is a shame. We'll have plenty more opportunities though, don't worry about that. Awesome, that glowy rock there in the distance, that is our next goal. Also, some jasper blossoms are going to be around here. That's going to be exciting. Oh, and boars. They have a pretty good chance of dropping some beast steak. Nope. No. Alright, beast steak is worth a lot when you let it sour, so I am not going to bother to leave that with Milu, who also has already... he's already used up all the curative items that I gave him. Good grief. And it's getting light enough out that I don't think I need to keep the lantern equipped, so I'm going to go and put that away. Angelica. That's nice. There's going to be a bunch of herbs and things we can get around here. But this is a healing spring. When you are in it, you recover your health. Totally, fully, completely. It will just fill up your health while you're in it. And it'll give you a little glowy status effect thing, so that even after you leave for a little while, I believe you'll still... Yeah, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, I still have the symbol. I believe you'll keep recovering health for a little while after you leave the spring. Not positive that's how it works, but I believe that is the case. But more importantly, if you have any empty flasks, which I do have a few of, you can fill your empty flasks with spring water here, and that makes for fantastic curatives that are free or cheap that you can carry around with you. And they will restore health to the entire party, so you can use them. Like, you can consume a flask of spring water, and it will heal everybody, me and all my pawns. Oh, there we go, and I'm out of empty flasks. I'm probably going to load up some more on empty flasks at some point in the near future. But this is going to be a great place that we're going to want to return to a lot later on in the game. So I am going to go ahead and use our other port crystal here, so that we can fast travel to this location. That's going to be fantastic. Gonna run around and pick up some more herbs here. Sunbright, yeah, so it's officially daytime again, because the Sunbright only comes out during the day. Now, I think there can be, like, hobgoblins and things around here. I'm not positive. Ooh, and there's another... more rocks that we can mine, if I could cover my stamina there. Moldy apple, that's fine. Another moldy apple, it's also pretty good. Get some copper ore here. Somebody's finding some mushrooms. Oh, Milu. Alright, we are a little ways, like a little bit out of the way, away from the capital. Away from kind of... Oh boy, there's a Cyclops there. Well, forget what I was just about to say, because we are going to try to fight that Cyclops. I think that'd be fun. We haven't really taken on any of the larger enemies. There was a chimera. I can't speak. Jeez. There was a chimera. Jeez. Okay, don't say that fast. There was a monster earlier. It was a lion with the head of a goat and the head of a snake attached to it. It was a chimera. And we saw it in the forest just not too long ago. And I avoided it because I didn't want to fight it. I am going to rectify that situation by attempting to fight this big nasty Cyclops here. Fishing bob, that's light, doesn't matter. Leather circlet, when did we pick that up? I think I'm going to equip this. I think this will boost my... Well, it boosts all my magic and whatnot, so no reason not to equip that. I'm going to give this hood to Lucy, since I'm not using it anymore, and I'm trying to lighten up my load a little bit here. We'll give this to Magnus. These are a bunch of arrows. I'm going to give them to Magnus. He can just hold all these arrows for now. Those blaster arrows were heavy. There we go. That helped my weight a little bit. We gotta deal with these goblins first. Yeah, so this is these sorts of large enemy encounters, like if we had fought the Chimera that we encountered earlier. All these you typically get a little mini impromptu quest for. Slay these nasty creatures that you have just encountered. Alright, he's stomping around there. I would like to... There we go. Blast him with some magic. So hitting him with the lightning spell like that causes him to be stunned for a little while and to drop his weapon. So that is fantastic. Now I'm going to just keep blasting him in the head with lightning. Yeah, see, this is a pretty good way to deal with these Cyclopses. Cyclops. Whatever the plural is. And I'm low on stamina here, and I do want to just keep kind of cheesing this guy and dishing out this high amount of damage, so I'm going to use a bunch of restorative items to help me fight this guy. Just, it'll make life a lot easier. Whoops, wanted to hit him in the head, please. There we go.
I'll take it, Cyclops.
The boot is as slow
So you can see the spell drops a whole bunch of lightning bolts. You can see as I kind of move the cursor around on him, it leaves all these different dots. And it'll drop one lightning bolt on each of those dots, if I want to do that. Same with the fireball spell. If I charge it up all the way, it does 3 fireballs. You can see it'll leave some dots indicating like those are the 3 areas where I'm going to aim my fireballs. There is a way to, when you're looking at him, you click in the right stick, the right analog stick on the Xbox controller, and wherever you're aiming, it will fire all of the parts, all of the different attacks at that location. I think if we just keep doing enough damage to his helmet, it should knock it off, maybe? Oh, and he's armored on the arms as well. We lit him on fire, though, so that's pretty good. There we go. Hit him with a little spear action. I'm going to do that again. Although I'm going to need to stun him again if I can.
A moment's distraction could prove fatal.
Yeah, I need to hit him with that lightning spell again so that he can be stunned and stop decimating my party.
Find an opening and strike.
There we go.
Attack while I hold it. I cannot reach its armor.
The boot is as slow as its guard.
Yeah, so the armor is going to be a pretty big problem for the melee characters because they can't do damage until they can get that armor off them. And I don't know why Milu is climbing up on him. That seems kind of silly. I feel like my warrior should be up there instead.
I'll get that eye before it can shake me. Oh, pathetic.
I think Milu's trying to pull his head armor off. Should be fantastic if we could actually get that off of his head. His eye is his weak spot, as you might expect from a Cyclops. But we can't really hit him in the eye because he's wearing that helmet there. Oh, when he picked up his weapon again, that's going to be a problem. We do need to make sure we keep him stunned so that he drops his weapon. Because he is just unbelievably more dangerous when he has that club.
Evil mind is weak to sorcery.
Okay, so we've taken down 2 of his health bars. He only has 1 left.
I'll get that eye before it can shake me. The helm protects
Oh, somebody knocked off a piece of the armor, it sounds like.
I'll grab it where it's weakest.
Can we knock this off? Because that would... Yeah, I'm a mage, so I'm not going to be knocking that off anytime soon. It'd be very nice if we could actually knock this armor off.
I cannot reach its armor.
The boot is as
Oh well. We're doing a pretty fantastic amount of damage to him, considering how
The helm protects its
not
eye.
well this fight seems to be going. Alright. Blast him all over the place with some lightning.
I cannot reach its armor. Perhaps climb.
Whoops, I didn't let that spell charge up all the way.
A goblin. The helm.
Alright, and he fell. That's exciting. There's also a goblin over in there. Yeah. I do kind of want to deal with those goblins a little bit before they cause problems for the rest of us.
Cannot reach its
Also, that Cyclops is just about done. He's gonna burn away the last of his health. Yeah. Alright. That was not bad. And then because the game counts that as kind of a random encounter, that little mini quest that we got for killing the Cyclops, we did get a bunch of extra money and a bunch of extra experience for felling this giant monster. So that's always good.
I shall
Yep, he's just hanging out there. Alright. That was successful. I'm actually pretty proud of that. I was expecting that fight to go much worse. Still don't exactly feel ready to take on the Chimera. But at least we know that we can deal with Cyclops. Cyclopses. Just, I don't know what the plural is for those things. I'm going to check my map and see where I'm at. Yeah, because there's something interesting and fiery over here. And I have kind of a morbid curiosity. I am curious to know what's over there because I don't remember. Probably just goblins. Goblins do like to raid areas and set things on fire. Alright, we're just going to do a tiny bit more wandering around over here before heading back to town.
Many a life was ended by falling from too great a height. Strange saurians reside in these parts.
Okay, good to note that there are going to be saurians around here, potentially. I think... I'd like to find another spot or two to mine. That would be fantastic. Ores would be very good to have, and if we could get some of the, like, higher level ores, those would be even better, because we could use those to start upgrading some more equipment. I don't think it's likely to happen, though. I don't recall... I feel like maybe there is some ore back against those walls there, the cliff. Anyway, we're just going to defeat some more goblins here.
Goblins here like fire. They grow frenzied.
I brought you fire's blades!
I'll put an end to that stonecaster. Their kind hates ice and fire.
Alright. These goblins are easy enough to just kind of pick away at with this, just my regular, boring attack. I do fire damage, so it's going to do a lot of damage to those goblins. It has a pretty good chance to light them on fire, so yeah, they're not worth wasting the time of charging up spells and blasting them, although the spells probably do more damage all in one hit. Yeah, spells can miss. My fireballs don't really have that chance to miss. Jasper Blossom. Chests, that's good. That's something. There's a car alarm going off in the background. Oh, never mind. There's something down there. Oh, I know where I'm at. Well, that was kind of unexpected. Didn't remember this place was here. Oh well. Jeez, yeah. It's funny how little of this game I actually remember, and I played the crap out of it. Alright, gonna get these items. I'm actually gonna go ahead and call the video here. Oh, we got a goblin there. Hopefully it'll still let me do this. Whoops. Okay, we do have to kill the goblins first. That's unfortunate. Is there just one goblin?
Strength in numbers are
Sounds like there was just one goblin. Okay, we are going to try to fast travel back to Grand Soren. Do I have to have the item with me? Yes, okay.
Consult your map.
Fast travel, so you can see all the places we can teleport to. So there's the one up at, it's called North Face Forest here, but that's the Knoll Figure Hill. And then there's the one that we placed in the, or right by the spring, the healing spring, Deos Hills. And then there's the one in Grand Soren, right next to the Pawns Guild. That's actually where we're going to go. And then there's one just outside of Cassardis. So that'll be good to enable quick travel between kind of our two hubs, two areas that we are probably going to spend a fair bit of time with. Cassardis we're going to spend time at just because I'm going to be going back there for escort quests, like to get new quests and things like that. So yeah, we are going to be back in town, and next time we're going to go back to Maximilian and turn in our quest that we got from talking to the Dragon Forge guy. So yeah, look at that, and we're just right back here. There's the Pawns Guild and all sorts of stuff, just back in the thick of things. The fast travel system is pretty fantastic when it's usable. Yeah, so with that, thank you for joining me, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.